friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a unique-ish video. I've not seen anything like this done on YouTube before, and it's very similar to the videos I've been doing where it's like battle of the foundations and I like this product over that product kind of thing. But I've never gone through my actual private makeup stash and kind of like delved deep into it. So today I'm going to be going through 4 different categories of my makeup: primers, concealers, highlighters, and bronzers, and telling you out of those 4 categories which products I would fuck, marry, or kill in each category. So I am so nervous about this because I love all of these for different reasons. It's gonna even show me which ones are my ride or dies and which ones are the ones I'm like, you're good, but I don't know in the long term if it's gonna work out. I don't know. I have not seen a video like this on YouTube, and I dug and dug and dug. I kept searching and searching and searching, and I've not seen anybody do this type of video with makeup. We talked about celebrities, I talked about other YouTubers, but they've not talked about the absolute importance of makeup products. How is this not a thing? Well, today I'm gonna make this a thing. So let's jump into it. So what I have done is I have removed any products that I feel like I haven't been able to give a good run to, or I've been starting to have issues with it and I'm like, I wanna test it further. So I have removed any products that I was like, I wanna try it a little bit further. So now I'm gonna get straight into the primers. The 3 primers that I have here are the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. The second one I have here is the Smashbox Photofinish Foundation Primer. The last one I have here is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. You've heard me talk about most of these. You probably haven't heard me talk about the Step 1, but I have talked about these 2 products. So in regards to these 3, this is gonna be kind of tough, but I think you guys already know, if you've been watching me for any length of time, you know I love my e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer, mostly because it does not break me out. I have such sensitive, fickle skin that this has been the one product that I've been like, okay, I can trust you with my skin. So I'm going to just flat out say I am marrying this straight away. I am marrying you. You guys coming to the wedding? Because this is serious. All right, marry, done. So now I have the Makeup Forever Step 1 and the Smashbox Photofinish. So I think I would say I would fuck the Step 1 Makeup Forever, because this also doesn't break me out. It's not exactly my favorite. For me, it's a little bit too oily for my skin, I think, but it's good for a one-night stand. It's good for an every now and again moment. And then Smashbox Photofinish. I think I'm just gonna have to kill it. I mean, I'm still gonna use this up to a degree. I'll see if it keeps breaking me out, but I have been having issues anytime I use it with like spot pimples and whatnot. So I'm trying to balance out whether that's just hormonal or if it is keep relating back to this, but it's kind of been a corroborated trend thus far. So I'd kill it. Feels very therapeutic, feels very cleansing to tell you about these. Okay, so the next 3 products that I have, and we have the Tarte Shape Tape. I have the Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer. Then I have the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is going to be one of my tougher categories. I can't lie to you, because each one of these has a space for me and each one of these has a great use for me and my skin. So this is gonna be tough. I'm actually gonna swatch each one of these for you so you have an idea of what the thickness and consistency looks like. So the first one I'm gonna do here is the Amazing Concealer. I don't know if you've ever used this before, but this stuff is really thick. This is kind of old. I've had it for a while. This is the Amazing Concealer, and that's just kind of going lightly over my skin. It feels a little oily. The next one is going to be the MAC Pro Longwear. It's the MAC Pro Longwear. And obviously the shades are different, obviously. And then there is the Tarte Shape Tape. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. And so I like different aspects of these. When I first got the Amazing Concealer, I actually got it last year in my holiday beauty advent calendar, and I was like, what is this? I'd never even heard of it. And I had never seen a concealer with so much coverage. This was my gateway to concealer, to finding out which products that I was like, oh my gosh, there's options like this out there? I had no clue. Again, I live under a rock, didn't you know? Didn't you know? All right, so this is a little bit more oily than I remember. As I'm like swatching it and feeling it on my hand here, I think, all right, oh, this is so hard. This is gonna be my hardest category, I think. Oh, I say that, and then I'm gonna get to the next ones and be like, I don't know. Well, one, the color on this, obviously, since I got it in an advent calendar, isn't going to be perfect for my skin, but the coverage is like crazy. Like the Tarte Shape Tape has crazy coverage, but this reminds me a lot of my theater makeup back in the day when you had to have very thick coverage for like old age makeup, for full on stage makeup when you need to have your like eyes, mouth, lips, see the back of the house. This is what that really reminds me of. So since I don't reach for this on a daily basis for my everyday wear, I'm going to say kill the Amazing Concealer, but it is great. It has a place in my makeup, but I don't reach for this very much, and it is more oily than I had remembered it being. So killing it. And then, okay, looking at these, how they sit on my skin and how much coverage they give me, I really like these two a lot. I think I'm going to say I would fuck the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer because it has a place in my life on a weekly basis. But the Tarte Shape Tape, I'd probably say I would marry because I could see this being my ride or die for a long term, not just for blemishes, but for under eye. I really think that this, and it works really well with my skin, that it blends out and whatnot. It doesn't look, and it doesn't get thin throughout the day. I really like that. So marry, fuck. Final answer. Now we're gonna be getting into highlighters, which you guys know I like a glow. I like to be dewy. I like to shimmer. First product I have here is my vintage highlighter from Jessica Liebeskind. I think that's how you say her name. This is a duo. The pink one is actually going to be the one that I'm going to be talking about today, but there is also a chocolate shade in here as well. Now, when I first got this, I really, really liked it. And I still do. I still reach for it when I want more of a pink hue to my skin, like now that it's spring and it's getting to be those warmer tones. I do like that. The next one we're going to talk about, I just recently talked about in a previous video, is my Ofra highlighter, which is in the shade Rodeo Drive. I would wear this shade more frequently, I think, than the pink shade. I'm not too much of a pinky girl, so that kind of tells you where I'm leaning already. And then this one is kind of like, it just changes everything I just said though. I'm going to feel like a huge hypocrite. Now I'm going to be talking about the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder, which is also in a pink shade of Precious Petals. But it also has such great sheen, like such a great shine to it as well. All right. And because what I like about this one too is that there's like a sheerness to it. So it's not like I have like a strip of like glow going on my face. It kind of just blends and just like melts into your skin, so you just have a dewy look. So, this is gonna be harder than I thought. Okay. I need a moment. This is so hard. So hard to say. You came here for answers, so I need to give them to you. All right, I'm gonna say, because I don't reach for this now in comparison to these other two, I'm going to say the Vintage by Jessica Liebeskind is going to be the one I'm going to kill. Not because it's not great, not because I'm not gonna keep using it, but because it does have more of a pinky hue to it. And the other one I hardly reach for. It's the more bronzy one. I'll just show you that one for a bonus. These are a little too pigmented in color for me, and sometimes when I just want like a universal shine, this kind of takes away. So I'm going to say kill the Vintage. These are actually kind of similar in shade, so it's so hard too because this one more melts into my skin and just kind of becomes one with it. And this one from Ofra is more of a standout when it just kind of like sits on top of the skin, but it shows you the bam bamness. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. I thought I knew what I was gonna say before I started this video, and I don't think I even know, because just looking at them side by side, the top two here, they're both stunning individually. I mean, if I'm wanting a more subtle look, I would definitely say the Wet n Wild Glow, but you guys know me. How often am I that subtle? Oh, that's right, never. So I'm going to say we're gonna fuck the Wet n Wild highlighter, and then we're going to marry the Ofra highlighter, because I feel like I reach for this more since I got it in comparison to this. But that's not to say again that I don't have a place for this, because when I just want to be dewy without looking like I'm trying, this is the one I'm going to go for. But right now I keep reaching for this over and over and over. This was a hard round. Oh my gosh. So now we're going to be moving on to the bronzers, and you guys know bronzers are close to my heart because I'm not a blush girl. I always always reach for a bronzer. So here we go. The first bronzer that we're going to be comparing is the number 7 in the shade Maple. The next one we're going to be comparing is the PUR bronzer in the shade Mineral Glow. And then we're going to have the new rookie on the street that is newer to my collection, and this is the Butter bronzer. I heard so much about this that I was like, dang it, I gotta try it now. So this is going to be so hard for me. So I'm just going to try to do my best. All right. Immediately, I think I can tell you that I'm going to kill the PUR. It is the middle one right here on my hand, and I like it for like some contouring when I'm going to do dark right here by like my ear, kind of building it out. I like it for that, but it is it's a rougher product. It's not very smooth. You don't need a lot to build it because it's already really deep. I like it and I'm going to keep using it, but out of these 3, it's just definitely not a standout for me. So I'm definitely going to say kill the PUR. Number 7 and the Butter bronzer. All right. When I first got the number 7, I was reaching for this all the time. And it could be because, you know, it's a new product or whatever, but I really liked how buildable it is. And I like that it's not super, super dark right off the bat. You can build it to the level of darkness you want. I like that a lot, actually. Because there are days I don't need as much. I just want a quick like pass of it and go. And then there's the Butter bronzer that is very soft. It has a great scent to it. It smells like vacation, like coconuts, things like that. It's amazing. It smells like suntan lotion. I just smelled that on camera and got it on my nose. But I like that this has kind of, it's gonna sound weird, but like a little bit of a golden hue to it. Whereas this Maple shade is just like straight brown. I like that this has a little bit of gold in it because my skin tone, it really blends with it, so I can start with a layer and then keep going in and packing more like towards the back of my face, and I really like how this blends out. I don't care for this part of the packaging because it's a little obnoxious, but I have learned a little trick that comes with the sponge. I hardly ever use whatever comes with these, but I'll tend to like put this into the product and then draw the lines down my nose with just this sponge when I'm just wanting to do a light like contour on my nose. And I really like that. I've been doing that probably all the past week or 2 that I've been trying that. This is hard. This is so hard. I think because of my own personal skin and skin tone and how I like to wear makeup, I'm going to say I'm going to fuck the number 7 Maple, as in I really like it and I'm gonna keep using it and it's gonna be my number 2, whereas this right now is my number 1. It blends so well with my skin that it doesn't look like I'm wearing it. Just like the Wet n Wild highlighter, it blends into my skin, it like melts in, so it just looks very seamless, and I really like that. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna marry this. I'm gonna send out invitations next week. Don't worry, you're all invited. You're all invited. Oh my gosh, this was so much harder than I thought it would be. Because I kind of thought, you know, it's like you think you know which products that you always want to reach for, but when you're like putting them in categories like fuck, marry, kill, you're like, I don't know. Like that sounds so final. But I love all of these. I'm gonna keep using them, but it kind of gives you an idea of how often I reach for what and why. All right guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up so I know if you wanna see more of these videos. If you're new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun videos that we have coming, and I will see you in the next video. Bye friends.